Hello guys, Nexas here and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video guys, we're continuing on, of course, with more episode Heresy sort of goodness. And what we're looking at today is going to be the ritual reward for this season. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's basically every single season we get one particular weapon with a set role, fully masterworked and everything, but you can get at rank 16 at either Vanguard, Crucible, or of course the old Gambit sort of things. And the one we can obtain this season is going to be, of course, the new Resounding fusion rifle. So as I said, rank 16, if you get there with, of course, Shaxx as a vendor, you got Zavala as the Vanguard option, or you got, of course, Drifter as the Gambit option. You will be gifted this set roll of the Resounding with this skin and everything, and then if you get to rank 16 in either of them, you can of course get these ornaments. So this is going to be PvP. This is going to be, of course, the Gambit rank 16, like second time, and this is of course going to be the Vanguard one as well, which is pretty cool. But one of the biggest things with this is that it is one of the freakiest, deakiest weapons in the freaking game right now. Of course, because this is going to be the second aggressive frame that Bungie have ever brought out in fusion rifles. We had, of course, the Coriolis Force. Now we do have the Resounding fusion rifle, which honestly is really, really dope. But it's got to be a strong weapon as well, which is pretty cool too. I mean, there's very limited amounts of course, strand fusion rifles in the game, so it's always nice to get more. But I will say straight up that if you're a PvP guy, it's not exactly going to be anything I'd say crazy PvP. I haven't really tried it out myself yet, but rolls-wise and also how these kind of fire, you can kind of see high damage, moderate charge time, fires a horizontal volley. It's legit completely horizontal. Your bullets scatter freaking everywhere, or the freaking bolts. It's really hard to get a kill with it. But there's Resounding itself, as I said, rolls wise, this is going to be a set roll that you can't get any random rolls of. It's like, as I said, a ritual weapon. So you got small bore as the barrel, you got the particle repeater, which increases the stability as the battery. You got subsistence, so defeating targets partially without the magazine from reserves, or you have cornered, fast charge time, or draw time when surrounded by combatants. And then for the daddy traits, you got things like hatch things, so rapidly defeating targets with weapon spawns at treading at the target's location, or the reservoir burst, so when the battery is full, the next burst deals additional damage and causes enemies to explode on death. So as I said, rolls wise, it's going to be dope PvE, but PvP, this is definitely not like exactly screaming at me like it's going to be any sort of meta anytime soon. And also because it is, as I said, kind of technically from every single type of core playlist. Vanguard, Crucible, of course, Gambit. You will have the Ardent Trait from each respective place. So Vanguard, you of course have the PvP one quiet moment, and the Gunner Run from, of course, Gambit and everything. But as I said, this is just going to be a freaky ass weapon. Strand, which is really, really nice, of course, with certain mods and builds, but the fact that it fires really, really weird is going to be so much fun. So yeah, we're going to showcase what it's like in both the PvP and PvE. Alrighty, so we're going to go into PvP, of course, with a little freaking Resounding that could. This is, it's going to be interesting. As I said, these aren't exactly meta or anything like that. And with the way, he just exploded. But with the way they shoot, I'm probably going to hit some absolute freaking hit markers and not get kills. Like that. So you can kind of see, I mean, you didn't really probably see too much there, but it fires horizontally, which, as I said, is really, really interesting. But obviously, when it comes to metas and everything like that, you want things that are consistent. Oh my god. Yes. Yo, what is going on? Guards, please heal me. But you want weapons that are going to be consistently hitting one tap. So there's a fusion rifle. It has a pretty decent charge time, but it is the same sort of charge time with things you have like plug ones or whatnot. So you're really going to go for them, but instead, it's got like this horizontal burst, so you'll see it in a sec if someone peeks like this. Did I even hit him there? Did I even shoot my shot? As I said, this is legit gonna be so weird. I'm gonna just shoot into a corner so you can kind of see it. Look at that spray pattern. Oh my god, how is anyone PvP gonna use this thing? I think honestly that must be why the rolls is legit. Like there's no reason that you'd want to be using this PvP rolls wise. Like they didn't give it anything that was anyway useful. So I mean, maybe for like hitting group targets if they're all together I might get a bunch of kills, but gotta hit him once. I hit him once. Oh god, this is like the most troll PvP weapon ever. So like this is gonna be so quick. I'm legit gonna get like no kills. I mean, if you get up close and personal, you do a ton of damage each bolt. So if you get like right up in their bowls, you will probably absolutely rail them. But yeah, I mean, oh god, Resounding. It is not a Resounding success, I'll tell you that much. PvP, this is so stupid. Getting there though. Ooh, look at us go, boys. We got him. I knew it would be like this, so considering the if you ever played with the, of course, the Coriolis Force. Ooh, we sprayed him down. But you ever played with the Coriolis Force, it was basically the same thing. It was that it was just kind of awkward to use. It wasn't exactly going to be a meta or anything like that, so it was the main reason you just never see that PvP. I mean, it was just a meme weapon, to be honest. Buddy, where do you think you're going? You think you can just kill my teammate and run away? No, sir. We go for this guy, though. Jotun boy. Fusion rifle, fusion. So, up close, it's an absolute beast, but like at that stage, I might as well use the shotgun. I didn't even kill him. I was in his balls. As soon as I say up close, it's good. I shoot him point blank and don't kill him. But like as I said, the way to make this effective, you're most likely going to be better off going in with, of course, a shotgun. So as I said, that was at least it was nice and quick. We didn't have to go through the pain of actually trying to play with it. But he just stepped to the left and completely dodged my freaking whole shot. But yeah, of course, that's got to be obviously it in PvP and everything. It's going to be short and sweet. As I said, it's not a PvP weapon whatsoever. I know some people might use it and being around with it, but I can't see it being anything broken unless you get like a really good, I'd say, stability sort of thing going. Maybe, of course, radiant stance machines, but other than that, this is so dumb. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things though, with of course our little Resounding that could. And this is where it's of course going to be way better. You can hit so many different things at the same time. The damage is going to be kind of nutty. As I said, it's built for here. It is really built for here. I'm going to of course have the old cornered on. I do of course still have the other perk on. I don't have my Reservoir Burst, which I should actually put on real quick. 1 second. Don't kill me, boys. Hatsing is nice of course for a build, but of course Reservoir Burst is going to take the cake. I did have it going there, but the only thing I kind of will say is that you kind of need to have the old freaking subsistence on to kind of make it work a little bit. It means that if you're constantly getting kills and oh my, yo buddy, but it means if you're constantly getting kills with it, obviously you're instant reloading, getting the magazine to full, and then you keep going. That's why it's kind of weird it didn't get overflow. I honestly think overflow would have just made this so much better and made it contend, of course, with the old scatter signal. Well, obviously a Reservoir Burst, everything's gonna explode. You'll see we get the kill, we get the instant reload, so maybe that's why, so you can kind of constantly go with it. But as I said, PvE is just way better here. I mean, you can hit so many more targets at the same time. Obviously, ammo economy is gonna great, and of course, I go into the one where we have counterfeit on, so I'm gonna keep on killing myself trying to get freaking ammo. But I will say as well that these actually do a ton of damage too. The aggressive frames, these are no slouches at all. If you can actually hit your shot with them, they will destroy. Like you can see, there's the Reservoir Burst actually kind of coming in clutch, but because there's so many kind of bolts going through, you can absolutely blast. And of course, the unstop is got to be on, and there. Everything just get blasted. As a PvE, it's absolutely night and day, complete difference. And I will say it's just so freaky. it's so much damage because of the way it shoots. That's kind of crazy. They could have given us so much better rolls though, and there's the explosions. That's actually so freaking nice. Reservoir Burst. They should have just given us overflow, but it's actually kind of crazy this way it shoots and everything. I think that's just, it's so cool. And I kind of do understand maybe why they don't have tons more of these, because they're kind of like a little bit rare and also a bit niche. But I honestly do think that the way it shoots and with the cause of strand, it will go in well with a lot of different builds. Is it going to be meta anytime soon? As I said, scatter signal is still there with overflow and everything and other sorts of perks, so people will most likely go for that first. But I will still say that this Resounding, it's honestly really fun to kind of go in with. It's just still a freaky ass weapon. I would like more surround fusions. I think that they can be really cool in certain builds. And as I said, for things like this, when it's just so many enemies and you want to hit them all at the same time, it actually is really nice. And as I said, the damage these can do is really dope. Even without, of course, the Reservoir Burst kind of going in, they can actually do a ton of damage outright by themselves. The aggressive burst, like they're really dope for that. Now I'm gonna kill myself doing this probably. Both counterfeits, really? Both of them are gonna be counterfeit crap. On third one is that is, oh my god, shockers. 3 counterfeit freaking special ammo drops. I actually forgot I've got a mod on that on finishers I spawn special ammo in, so I should just be doing that to get my special ammo gains. But as I said, it is a really dope ass fusion, and I haven't really mentioned either that this goes in really well, of course, with the particle repeater. If you don't know what that is, basically or particle reconstruction is basically one of the end sort of mods you can get, of course, from this the artifact this season. And rapid hits with the weapon weakens enemies and everything, which is really nice when it comes to boss DPS. Now I'm not sitting here saying you're gonna boss DPS with this, because realistically Reservoir Burst only procs off the full mag. You can only make the mag full with subsistence, which means you gotta be getting kills, so it's not exactly gonna be a boss DPS or anything like that. But it is still really nice that it kind of blends in with, of course, the mods from this season and everything. So I definitely will say that if you get a good roll, or whatever, or not a good roll, but if you get your hands on this roll, it will be a really solid weapon to try out in some PvE. I actually think it can do absolute freaking work. And I honestly think strand damage is just so nice sometimes. You gotta see. Look at the thing get railed. Oh, so juicy. Now I need some freaking ammo, boys. So if you could just get here real quick and let me finish you real quick. There we go. Give me the ammo. Oh, here comes the big boys though. And guys, you drop the shields, guys. I will rail them with my little freaking Resounding that could. Okay, apparently I have to do this myself. God Wait, he got rid of it. Oh, got him, boys, got him. I mean, look at that damage. That's actually kind of insane. You can absolutely destroy people with this. Like, as I said, the damage is definitely going to be there compared to, like, as I said, the old scatterbug. And oh my god, I didn't get this really. But compared to the old scatterbug, the damage is definitely going to be on this one, especially with the reservoir. But it is just going to legit be all up to what you're trying to use the weapon for. This is more of like, I'd say an eye clear more than a boss sort of DPS machine. Whereas the scatter signal is kind of built with the control burst, and of course the overflow is kind of built for that DPS sort of scenario. So I think that in PvE, this is definitely going to be worth it. It's a really dope boss fusion. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, with the little resounding that good. And I will say PvE, it was a resounding success. Oh, so bad. You got no scope with it too. You can kind of see the little bar down the bottom. It's kind of cool. It's kind of unique to this weapon. But as you kind of see, it is a bad against the old bosses. It's just, you're not going to have the reservoir burst going for the whole mag. Unless you're getting kills at the same time. You're only ever going to really see, and yo, buddy, can you just like leave me alone? But you're only ever really going to see the reservoir burst going once pretty much in the DPS phase, especially against like solo sort of bosses. So I would say for it, it's basically just like a weird ass eye clear, but I think it's a really dope ass weapon. It's nice that we're getting more versions of this, because before it was basically the Coriolis Force. But I still will say it's a bit of a meme weapon, especially if you're going to be memeing with it in PvP. Like PvP is just ass. Unless someone pops in like with some crazy stability build that makes it like really, really dope. It's just not going to be anything freaking fancy. So yeah, I will say that this resounding. It's really, really dope PvE, and it's good for eye clear and everything, but it's really hard to like outplace the freaking scatterbug and everything like that. Well, that is it for me. And of course, the resounding fusion rifle itself, as I said, rolls wise, it's definitely geared more toward PvE and everything. You're not using this PvP. Let's just get that out there. PvP is pretty ass. I mean, it's just this aggressive frame, the way they fire, they're not really built for PvP, and the engagements where you actually kill people is generally where you just shotgun them and it'd be like legit job done. You freaking have to charge it or anything like that. So you won't see this often PvP or anything, but I will say in PvE, this thing's actually really, really dope. I think that in a good strong build, especially with the amount of damage you can do, I think honestly, these are probably the highest, I'd say, damaging sort of fusions in the game with the charge time at this speed as well. 660 is a very quick charge time. But resounding, as said, is a really, really dope ass fusion. So I would probably get it casually. I wouldn't sit here saying you need to rank up as soon as you can because you're missing out in the meta or anything like that. This is a casual grind. Definitely, you'll get to rank 16 probably by the end of all the acts. This is here for basically every act of episode Heresy. So I will say you're not missing out not having this. But if you want something kind of fun and a bit freaky, definitely give it a shot, because the horizontal shooting, it is really, really funny to kind of go in with. And it is pretty decent for the eye clear, as I said. Hit fire for days is really, really nice. It's just, they gave us such weird stuff. Why did they give it a reload perk? Like, maybe because they want the reservoir burst, but at that stage, get rid of this, gives us overflow here, and gives us reservoir burst. I don't know. But gee, I don't know what you're doing with this one. But resounding itself, really, really dope fusion in terms of looks and everything, and it can be pretty fun in PvE. But regardless, if you liked the video, trust like, and want some more content, subscribe, fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.